Hello everyone and welcome to this Mage and Dominator Sheevra guide. But first of all, very thanks to all of you for your nice comments, and I made a special section at the end of the video. So first of all to our Sheevra, that is a subclass of the Alvarine. So you will also have higher dex than the normal characters, but you will have less dex than a pure veela, for example. Sure, it also depends on your weight class, if you're stout or lean or whatever, but in general you have a few more hit points compared to a veela dex mage. A veela dex mage is very light, has a small amount of HP. So the optimum age for the Sheevra would be 31, and because of the age Glade Gift, it reduces the negative stat points. So 31 is a more optimum age than 23 or 25, for example. So please note, these are the final stats, and the Glade Gifts are already calculated in. So you will have 164 health, you will have a shitty damage bonus, but yeah, you don't need the damage bonus anyway. You will have 105 intelligence, which is pretty awesome because of Star Wars int curve change. Oh, you can also make a light Alvarine and not only a dark Alvarine. That's pretty awesome, by the way. I haven't noticed that. And yeah, that side cut is pretty awesome. My girlfriend also have this side cut, but red hair. So yeah, the appearance of the Sheevra is pretty awesome. It's nearly the same as the veela. So your weight should be at least normal, but it depends. If you want to have more dex, then just reduce your weight to get lean. If you want to increase your HP, you just have to increase your weight, so you can get stout, but you won't run so fast. But for now, let's look at the Glade Gifts. So I just highlighted a few. You have, for example, Long Life. That is a Glade Gift I explained before. It reduces your negative attributes by age. The next one is Resting Pulse. You regain more stamina when standing still. That is necessary, of course, because sometimes if you have to aim with your pet to an opponent or something like that, you're standing, of course. Sometimes it works while running. It depends on, yeah, how your own reaction is. The next one is Runner. That is 0.5 maximum speed. And yeah, you need that, and also the increased stamina regeneration for a short amount of time, of course, too. And of course, also the Sprinter. And yeah, I included here the weak spot chance +1. Yeah, ignore that. Take another Glade Gift. Other Glade Gift makes more sense. But now let's talk about the skills, the core mechanic of the Mage Dominator, of course. You can also do this build with a veela, with a Dex Mage. It would work perfectly as like that. You just will be faster, but you will also be a little bit squishier. So first, to advanced creature control, that is the sub-skill of creature control, and that increase your pet points. So if you want to dominate a pet, for example, or a monster or whatever, then you need a high amount of creature control points. So the higher creature control points are, the more monsters you can dominate, if you want to use more monsters, for example. And you can also use higher level pets. For example, if you have a brown bear or a Minotaurus or something like that, and you just have creature control, then you won't have enough points to have a Minotaurus, for example, at level 100 or level 120 or something like that. That is why you need creature control, and you also need the zoology lore of that monster or whatever you're dominating. With tamed pets, you can trade with other people. With dominated pets, you can't. So yeah, you can technically can trade, but you can't trade over the stable. So you can't get a pet result and you can't sell it on the broker if you dominate something. And one more core difference is you can dominate everything that you can tame, but you can't tame everything that you can dominate. So for big monsters or big fighting pets like Minotaurus, rock golems, and whatever is out there, maybe the old giant Kurnuses, that are pretty hard creatures. Yeah, you can't tame those. You can only dominate them. Then the next skill is Anatomy. Yeah, you will need Anatomy because yeah, you can heal yourself with bandages. Sure, you can heal yourself also with your healing spells, but it's better to use the healing spells for your pet, for example. And if you're running around and dodge some arrows and some other stuff, a bandage is a very good idea. Then you will also need Beast Mastery, of course. In the old Mortal Online 1, Beast Mastery was used to activate some skills of the animals. So if you have a brown bear, for example, and he is level 120 and you don't have Beast Mastery, then his highest attack would be maybe slashing or scratching or something like that, with around 60 to 80 damage. But if you have Beast Mastery, he will have an attack, for example, slashing 3, slashing 4 or something like that, with 110 damage, for example. So yeah, as a Mage Dominator, you really need Beast Mastery. You can't get around this one. I will link it in the description, the Tamer Dominator guide, where I also discussed a few of that skills. And then the next is creature control. We already had that. Okay, anyway, defensive stance is also a very good idea, because if someone sees you're our Mage Dominator and he's an archer, he will pump a few arrows at you. And yeah, at least a few damage points can be the difference between over 60% health, that you don't lose stamina if you run. I mean, that you don't lose so much stamina when you run. But if you are under 60% health, you're nearly dead. This is a very fast character. But the problem is Dex fighters or Dex mages, they can kill you more easily than they would kill just a normal foot fighter, for example. But you have your pet and you have your fighting pet, and yeah, the pet does the fighting. So a friend of mine, he played Dominator Mage a few years, and a very good option is if your pet is at 70% health or something and you're full, for example, then you start healing your pet. But if it's under 50% health and you also have lost a lot of HP, then forget about the pet, because it's dead anyway. Because even a few hundred hit points is a matter of seconds. But yeah, anyway, we are drifting away. The defensive stance don't count for the pet, of course. And then we have also Dominate. Yeah, of course, Dominate. You need at least Dominate or Taming, but I recommend Dominate because it's the Dominator build, the PvP fighter build. Yeah, economical spells, of course, because you can heal your pet and you can attack the opponent with flame strikes, for example. Endurance, that you have a little bit more stamina, and because of your sprinting skill, and for passive regeneration. Mental offense, yeah, that is also pretty self-explanatory, and that your spells can heal more and that your spells make more damage. Mental training, yeah, that is overskill, yeah, you need that. Sprinting, yeah, that is also a no-brainer, of course. And Vitalism for your juicy mana. And yeah, you have even 50 points left, and yeah, you don't need all these skills. You must look yourself what you really need, because it just depends from playstyle to playstyle. So in general, in combat, take care of your pet, of course. But always remember, you come first. So in case of an emergency, if you can't decide, yeah, just let your pet get killed. It's more important that you survive, because you can also function as a perfect healer for your own group, or as a less speedy Dex mage to hit the opponent. So losing your pet is not the end of the world, even if you leveled it up half a day or something like that. I just tried this playstyle for about 1 month or something. For me personally, it's just frustrating sometimes. But you have a higher survivor chance because you have your pet and you are a good mage. That increases your surviving chance by a lot. But now to a little bit off topic. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters, Mohikaani, Dexter and Skiba. Thank you very much. And all the rest of the community, of course, too. I used your money wisely this month, because as you know from my past video, my whole apartment was completely broken. And this is my ant farm, and at least this thing was completely okay. They just took the subloads and threw that in the middle of the room and stuff like that. And my ants are okay. They are more or less also very stressed out, because for them it's like the earthquake, it's like doom. And then I thought I could use the Patreon money to buy some agave syrup and some other stuff for the ants. And yeah, I think this syrup will last for, I don't know, maybe 2 years. 3 years, I don't know. And my little grasshoppers are also alright. They chirped not much in the last days. I guess for them it was also earthquake. So if you are a Sheevra Dex mage, please be aware that casting earthquake just is not good. It's not good for the ants beneath your feet. It will break their nests. Very sorry for the long off-topic stuff, but I still need to process all this in my brain. So if you liked the video, please leave a like, also subscribe, and very thanks to all of you. And please don't forget to make party hard all the time.